Escape from the Taliban offer executed by Afghan militants, police say. World News. MSN. Outlook. More. Autos. My MSN. Video. Careers and jobs. Personals. Weather. Bellish. Quotes. White pages. Games. Real estate. Wonderwall. Horoscopes. Shopping. Yellow pages. Local edition. Traffic. Feedback. Maps and directions. Travel. Full MSN index. Bing. News.com. Today. Nightly news. Meet the press. Dateline. MSNBC. Breaking news. Newsvine. Home. U.S. World. Politics. Business. Sports. Entertainment. Health. Tech. Science. Travel. Local. Weather. Advertise vertical bracket ad choices. Recommended. Egypt's largest Christian community threatened as Islamists take over town. Recommended. Protests ahead of Moscow vote as Putin critic Navalny surges in polls. Recommended. Obama will address country on Syria, calls crisis threat to global peace. Recommended. Last remaining witness to Hitler's final hours dies aged 96. Header point top underscore header left curly bracket background image URL http://cd.newsvine.com/chrome/worldnewsfromcheese/images/header.jpg equals 10,462 right curly bracket. First for breaking news and analysis, compelling world news stories from NBC News journalists. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. About this blog archives. Email updates follow on Twitter. Subscribe to RSS. 230 comments. Print. 6 hours ago. Escape from the Taliban offer executed by Afghan militants, police say. Nashikala and Chowdhury. Getty Images. Officer Smita Banerjee, seen here in 2003, fled Afghanistan in 1995 and only recently returned to be with her husband. By Jamie Simlesko, producer, NBC News. Kabul, Afghanistan. Officer Smita Banerjee, whose dramatic memoirs about marrying an Afghan man and escaping the Taliban were turned into a Bollywood movie, was shot dead outside her home on Thursday. Shah Wali, head of the Afghan Police Criminal Investigation Department for the eastern province of Paktika, blamed the Taliban for the killing. Wali said that militants came to the Indian-born officer's home, tied up her husband and other family members, then took Banerjee outside and shot her repeatedly. Dalit Khan, chief of the local police, said that over 20 rounds were fired into her body, concentrated mostly in the head. Early reports indicated her attackers disposed of her body at a nearby madrasa. Advertise vertical bracket ad choices. Banerjee, 49, had been an outspoken critic of the Taliban. She wrote The Kabilula's Bengali Wife, which chronicled her daring marriage to an Afghan businessman and her struggles during Taliban rule in the 1990s. The book was a bestseller in India, before being turned into the Bollywood movie Escape from the Taliban in 2003. Slidashaw, Afghanistan, nation at a crossroads. Shamare, Getty Images. More than 10 years after the beginning of the war, Afghanistan faces external pressure to reform as well as ongoing internal conflicts. Launch Slidashaw. Fearing for her life, she fled Afghanistan in 1995 and only recently returned to be with her husband, John Khan. News of her death rocked her community in the provincial capital city of Kirana, where she worked as a healthcare provider. One neighbor, Saeed Kamal, described her as very helpful to our women, adding that she had converted to Islam. In accordance with Muslim religious tradition, Banerjee was buried immediately after Thursday's attack. Several prominent women have been the target of violence in Afghanistan in recent weeks. Female Senator Rogul Karzad and her husband were injured and their daughter killed